Hello, hello! Perfidious Pete here, back with the biggest shit show since Toto Limited's booth at Gangzhou Toilet Expo 2015 in XCOM 2. Though, after last episode, I'm really not sure if even the world's largest manufacturer of toilets can hold a candle to the levels of shit that I am posting. One, because holding up a candle in the presence of a large pile of methane-producing feces is an explosively bad idea, and two, because the volume of shit I'm posting makes Tila Tequila's Twitter feed look like a Pulitzer Prize-worthy investigative journalism piece. Okay, I don't feel good about that last one. No, don't. Alright, you're right, Internet. Don't jump the gun. That last one went too far, I admit it. I buried the needle on the hyperbole on that one so hard that it snapped straight off the meter. That one went all the way around from mildly amusing to end back up at sad and a little depressing. I think the fact that 50,000 people voluntarily expose themselves to the fire holes full of crazy that is Tila's shitposting definitely says something about the world, and what it says is not all that good. So yeah, you know, that one was a little sad. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to start this off by digging myself a hole. It's Tila's Twitter feed is it's a thing one really shouldn't touch, and I mean that sincerely. Like, don't go look at it. You'd be better off to actually read Chuck Manson's autobiography, Manson in his own words. I mean, it's just as awful and full of crazy, but at least Grove Press paid someone to clean up the spelling and punctuation a little. Don't get that with Tila Tequila's Twitter feed. Tila's got, she takes shitposting to a new level. Specifically when I'm talking about Tila Tequila's Twitter feed, I mean, I think I might actually literally rather look at shitposting. Like a guy whose Twitter feed is basically just him posting pictures of his own bowel movements. I would actually rather look at that. Holy shit, we got Avatar Project Reduction for killing the Codex? I have inadvertently reset the Doom counter. Alright, well, that's not terrible, actually. I'm surprisingly okay with that. I was a little worried about having to go hit this facility while our team is all banged up, but now, well, kind of bass-act my way into a win on that one. So let's head over here to make... Is there any other, anything else we really need to do? Is there any other priority? The intel, I think we've sort of got covered for the nonce. We do need to hit these supplies. So let's go grab our supply drop, then we're going to go over and make contact, since we did get some free Doom counter reduction there. I was not anticipating that. That's a pleasant little surprise. Once in a while, XCOM, it gives you the bitter tequila shot, but then sometimes it follows it up with that refreshing lime wedge for you to bite into after you have to chew down a shot of your own abject stupidity. Well, the Scilab, we definitely need to get somebody installed in that bad boy pretty much immediately. It's got to be an Atlas King or a Neil Patrick Harris. I mean, we don't really have an option. There really is only one choice for the psionically enhanced trooper. An engineer decreases training time. We might like to do that. We have Aaron Wilson engineer currently available. We could really use Aaron Wilson elsewhere, though. Or could we? I mean, we could put her on the power relay, but we don't really need that at the moment. This is fully staffed. We could have her dig a hole. Do we even have a trooper we can jack in there is probably the better question. Let's hire a new recruit. Is there anyone actually reasonable here? Like, do we have an actual named recruit, or are we just going to get some random dude that we have to retool later? Probably we're going to get some random tool that we will have to retool later. Oh, we could get Helen Keller, Lindsay Lohan, Taylor Swift, Mel Gibson, Mitch Hedberg, Tara Reid, Yuri Novak. I don't think Miley's on our roster yet, is she? So clearly you can see there's still some problems with the soldier pool. Miley Cyrus can't be our Psy Trooper. That's just, that doesn't sit well with me. We're going to have to recruit some random tool, and then we'll reverse engineer them back into who they belong. So Jack Bradley, we're going to recruit you for now, and we'll stick you in there, and in between episodes, we'll turn you into the glory that is Atlas King. Just going into the chamber is going to be transformative enough that we'll have you taken care of. So let's get you in there. That's good. And yeah, I think I will get Aaron in there. Training time is going to be ridiculous as it is on Legendary. So, yeah, let's go ahead and take that. And we'll have, might be Neil Patrick Harris. The, verdict's still out on who's going to definitively be our side trooper. We've got options. Although Atlas King was the sexiest man who has ever lived. It's going to be hard to say no to Atlas King. He won the hearts and minds of peoples everywhere. That Atlas King with that sexy Eastern European accent of his. Well, his sound like Vlad Dracul would make me want to love him a long time. Although that was actually kind of like Yuri meets Dracula. Yes, Peter, don't like anybody horning in on my action. This is Yuri Novak's beat. I have the accent, Peter. Don't be bringing anyone else over here. What kind of staff have we got here? Let's just go take a peek. I mean, we've got time since we reduced the Avatar project by 2 by jacking a codex. Marguerite Dubois, Grenadier. We got 2. You know, I think we're good on the Grenadier. We have 3. I don't really, I'm not really caring or interested in either of those particular bonuses. So let's head over here and make contact. And skull mining is going to finish while we do that. We have 12 available contacts, so we can really branch out our network here. And this also opens up the potential for us to hit another facility before the doom clock starts again. I'm a fan of that as well. Making contact. Why am I making contact with New Indonesia? I started making contact with New Indonesia and never finished, huh? Alright, well, I mean, okay. Skull mining is finished. That's straight up amazing. That's right, more bonus hacking. Do we need another skull jack? The answer to that is definitive no. Battlefield medicine is interesting and sort of a bargain, but I almost never use medkits. I would rather have 1 piece of experimental ammunition than almost any of this other stuff at the moment. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to build 1 piece of experimental ammunition. And no, I don't feel even the least bit guilty about it. If we could get some armor-piercing ammo for, like, Master Chef Busey or maybe a Mitch Hedberg or, you know, even a crazy-ass Uncle Mel Gibson, that would be a strong benefit to the project. Instead, we're going to do a guerrilla operation. All right, well, that's fine. Operation First Moon. Destroy the alien relay. It is very difficult. Dark Informant. Well, we won't be doing that one. This counters the hidden event, so we'll probably be picking up Sharpshooter Captain Ryo Miyamoto, even though I don't really want her. Or 90 intel counters Vigil. All right, so we're not going to counter either one of those. It's Operation Hell Stank for us, baby. Man, talking about Tila Tequila. Sometimes XCOM really does throw you the old softball right down the middle of the plate and just waits for you to swing it and knock it right over the fence. Thanks for the batting practice pitch with the Tila Tequila joke there, XCOM. I appreciate that. For once making my job a little bit easier. Because, you know, really, Hell Stank, I can't really think of a better term to describe, old Tila Tequila. She really is quite a stank hellion. So who's going to be on the team here? Well, Lindsay Lohan is probably not going to be on the team. Crazy-ass Uncle Mel Gibson, yeah, I think we can probably roll with you. Let's make utility items available here. 3 Grenadiers? I mean, Yuri Novak is out, too. You got to remember, the crazy madman himself is down for the count. We could backfill with the Kristen Stewart, and it has been a while since we've had Kristen Stewart on a mission. We also have Taylor Swift, Jane Austen, and Norman Borlaug, who hasn't been on a mission forever. You know, I don't feel even the least bit guilty about that, Borlaug. I will sideline you forever. This is basically your payback for the last time I had you on a team. You know what? I will take Kristen Stewart. It's been a while since we've taken... Well, I didn't actually mean to do that. I'm sorry, Kristen. I gave you the old Rottenberg Pattinson move there, where I summoned you, made you think everything was going to be okay and that we'd be together forever, and then bam, just cut you loose. It's actually not that funny. We do need to adjust K-Stew's equipment then. All right, so let's make utility items available. We're only going to have 1 ranger on this mission. Am I really comfortable with that? I mean, we can at least give Mel Gibson a little better gun. What's he got? He's got an advanced laser sight. That's actually a pretty... Yeah, you know what, Uncle Mel? I think you're good. I mean, we could... Nah, let's not muck about. Let's give him the Jake Busey gun. Where is the Jake Busey gun, by the way? Probably being wielded by Master Chef Busey now then. Yeah, Jake, I'm gonna need to borrow that for a minute. Sorry. You're gonna be in the hospital for the next 240 years, and while you're doing that, I'm gonna let crazy-ass Mel Gibson here. Why the hell is Mel Gibson's nickname still Warden? I am fucking falling down on the job here. We really gotta fix this. It's gonna be Drunk Uncle, assuming it'll fit. Drunk Uncle Mel. There you go. Drunk Uncle Mel. Mel Drunk Uncle Gibson. That's my boy. All right, so Drunk Uncle Mel is ready to go forth. Rave, scream, and shout at the sky like a good lunatic should. Let's go ahead and give him a mimic beacon. Drunk Uncle Mel is sorted. Looks like old Steve Irwin here, still holding down the fort. Yeah, Pete, got everything right where it needs to be, mate. We're looking solid, looking good, feeling powerful. Ready to kill, mate. Ready to kill. Let's get a little venom rounds here for K-Stew. Non-zero chance we can get a promotion for old K-Stew if things go right. Flashbang, plasma grenade. I think we'll just give K-Stew a battle scanner. And, you know, we should probably give her Yuri's gun. I mean, it's real good. It's got a really nice scope on it. Sorry, Yuri, we're gonna have to let Kristen Stewart borrow that for a minute. You don't mind, do you? No, Pete is fine. Yuri just don't mind sharing his equipment. It's good. It's anything to help the team, Pete. You know me. Hashtag Yuri is a team player. Even though it's, you know, all about me personally, and as far as the kill ratio department goes, really, it's basically all about Yeti. But, you know, I got to keep up appearances, Pete, of being team player. So he's fine. It's good. 3 Grenadiers, huh? Am I really going to do this? I'm pretty sure the answer is definitively, yeah, I'm totally going to do it. Who should be carrying this 3rd Mimic Beacon then? Alright, let's do this instead. Since we're going to have somebody carrying something that's useless. Let's put useless with useless. Kristen Stewart, let's give you the Mimic Beacon, since you're more likely to have a turn we can afford to sacrifice with you being a low-ranking corporal and all. And we'll give old Stovepipe Lincoln there the Mimic Beacon, or rather the battle scanners, because it's pretty unlikely we're going to actually throw a battle scanner. And that means Abraham Lincoln won't potentially have to waste a turn when we need a Mimic Beacon. If we're going to have to waste a turn for necessity, I would rather waste one of Kristen Stewart's. So off we are on Operation Hellstank. We're going to go, I don't know, to clean up, I was going to say clean up Tequila, but I don't really think there's enough mop water in the world to clean up that fucking mess. That's a total teardown at that point. We're going to Roach Junction. Operation Hellstank in the slums district down in Roach Junction, Beijing. Man, they're really fucking piling on the whole Tequila thing. XCOM, you know, maybe XCOM, you may have gone too far with this, but beyond funny, and now it's just getting mean. Tequila, oh, you know, that Hellstank who lives down in Roach Junction. That's a little cold, XCOM. It's a little cold. I mean, sure, she's borderline disturbed and obviously the world's biggest attention whore, but she's got to have some redeeming qualities. I would be pressed to say what they are. Don't put me on the spot and try to make me name any redeeming qualities here, XCOM, but she can't be all that bad. She can't be the Hellstank from Roach Junction. I mean, that's maybe a little egregious. So we've got 8 turns, but all we really need to do in those 8 turns is manage to get Steve Loco Irwin line of sight to that object so we can hack it from a distance. I think that will be fairly achievable, and I in no way am upset about having the high ground here. That's a lot of guys on one fucking rooftop. It's also an excellent opportunity for a sweet, sweet ambush, assuming they don't get down next turn, which they almost certainly will. Lincoln, you're going to be the closest. I don't reckon you could get a grenade out there, can you? And you'll be like, Pete, what about those civilians that are up there on top of that train? Yeah, I'm going to have to kill them. I'm sorry. Nope, we can't really make it happen. And if we can't make it happen this turn, it's sort of not worth wasting the ambush. I think we hold off. That is cover, correct? Yeah. So let's just move into a better position and see if we can't set up perhaps a stronger ambush next turn. Stovepipe, we're just going to have you springboard forward. Again, still the greatest high school dance motto. I'm telling you, kids, if you're looking for a high school dance motto, consider springboard forward. It will be your own personal enchantment under the sea. You'll be the next Marty McFly. Who doesn't want to be the next Marty McFly? Arguably, you know, anyone who's not a big fan of Michael J. Fox, although what's not to love? Is there really anybody who doesn't like Michael J. Fox? I mean, sincerely, how could you not like the guy? He's just so adorable and lovable. So friendly and nice. I mean, he's got the whole Canadian thing, too. Steve goes into Ever Vigilant. These guys are going to patrol on top. Oh, I was hoping they'd stay on top of the train car. That would have been amazing. On the plus side, their evacuation of the train car probably has saved more than one civilian life, so there's that. Where's the exploding thing? Inside the car. Stovepipe. You know what? We really should probably have you not drop that off, since we could have you and Helen Keller do some chain firing. And I'm pretty sure we brought old Moose Juice here, who does not have chain fire, and would therefore have a totally expendable turn to be deploying some grenades for us. Yeah. All right, Moose Juice, let's get the juice out here. Let's make the juice happen. Bring the juice. Catch! Here comes the juice. The juice is loose. I mean, I hope he's not loose. Juice needs to be in jail. He's still got fucking debt to society to serve. I think we'll all agree that the Juice is right where the Juice belongs. What took 5 damage over here? Yeah, well, I'm not sure what took that extra damage, but we should be okay. If these guys make a move for strong cover, we can just grenade them again. Doesn't look like we're going to need to. They've actually taken relatively poor cover. And pretty strong suspicion we're going to be able to rain doom upon all of them. 79% at the Heavy Lancer, 75, 57. Wow, that's bad. We may, in fact, need to rain doom upon them. Helen Deadeye Keller, you should have dramatically better shots. 80, you know, not that much better, really, Keller. Drunk Uncle Mel, we'd much prefer to conserve your abilities if at all possible. Kristen Stewart, what abilities do you have? You have Squad Sight, and that's it, huh? You know what? Yeah, explode this thing. I'm just curious if we can maybe get some fall damage by blowing up whatever that tank is. It's also not as if Kristen Stewart's going to do anything more useful with her time. Yep, we sure did. That was actually a pretty good shot from K-Stew there. That's some solid work, Kristen Stewart. I mean, when it comes to chewing scenery, you got to give Kristen Stewart credit. I mean, she's got one bit, folks, but she does it well. She does it well. What is this ability? Skull Mine. Oh. We could have Skull Mined that guy. Oh, I should have straight up gone down and Skull Mined the shit out of him. Definitely should have Skull Mined the shit out of this man. Steve Irwin has not a good shot. So it's going to be like Abe Lincoln or Helen Keller are going to be the only people that have even a respectable chance of actually killing this man. Alternatively, what we could do is just suppress him. But I don't really like the suppression tactic because if he would then run and we would fail to get the hit on the suppress, man, Helen Keller's blue screen round's chewing some shit up.
Big deal.
Don't, you know, Helen Keller, why do you have such a low opinion of your own abilities, girl? Revel in your power, man. You're a remarkable woman. You're doing fine work for the XCOM project here. You're putting bitches in the ground. All right, Drunk Uncle Mel, we're going to need you on a little scouting maneuver here. But I really don't want to put you in a potential position where you might lose your concealment and die. So let's have you just come over here for this turn. And we'll see what the future may bring. Steve, I think we'll just have you go on Overwatch, buddy. Yeah, that's going to be on fire and whatnot. I'm not sure exactly what's burning there, since anything that should be burnable theoretically would already have burned. We do not have concealment. All right, Steve, let's bring you. I'm very concerned about what this may do from a spawn perspective. But if this doesn't spawn a pod, Steve, yeah, you know what? It's too aggressive. Let's move Steve a little slightly less aggressively, and then we'll have him do a scanning protocol. I really don't want to wander willy-nilly into 67 pods like we've had happen to us on the last couple missions. I want to know where the enemies are before we really dedicate ourselves to going forward. Yes, so there are civilians over there. Okay. Is that it? That's it, huh? Just the civilians? No, there's an Archon and a Sectoid back there. Okay, well, we learned something, and what we learned is that we actually have, a pretty respectable ability to move forward here. We've got 6 turns, and we've got some ground to cover, but we also have good opportunities to cover that ground. This should not also, that should also be safe. That should not spawn a pod or even have a chance to spawn a pod. And with Drunk Uncle Mel, as long as we can avoid stepping in a detection tile, which it looks like we're going to have a difficult time doing. But as long as we avoid stepping in a detection tile here with Uncle Mel, we can maintain his concealment and use him as a little bit of forward peepers. We're going to make Uncle Mel be our spy guy. Let's bring Bullerwood forward here to you, Uncle Mel, and you can be our straight-up forward cat. Okay, Stu, I would love to keep you in a position that's at least slightly elevated. You're going to need every advantage you can get when it comes to the aim department, because your aim is not going to be fantastic. And let's just have old Moose Juice here handle her shit. Moose Juice already doing a pretty good job, though. That she delivered a very timely grenade for us. Let's not forget. I don't want to denigrate the contributions of Tara Reid. She's at least not a hell stank like Tila Tequila. She's got, some redeeming quality. All right, stovepipe, if we bring you up here, man, I would really prefer you to be there. Those guys may have moved. That's something of which we should try and remain aware. I'm definitely not taking that move first. Drunk Uncle Mel, can you make it to the rooftop? You can. Why don't you go to the rooftop and see what there is to see on the rooftop? Anything dangerous? Not really. I'm worried about you winding up flanked there. But I'm also worried about moving here and having you wind up flanked by something that's over in that vicinity. So I think I'll take the compromise move and just get you out of the way. And then we know this is safe for the stovepipe, so we bring old stovepipe up to the rooftop. And then next turn, if we need to, we can have the stovepipe bomb a grenade for us. Meanwhile, the rest of the team, I think, is just going to advance and try to improve their overall situation. I don't want to really be anywhere near that, because it looks like the kind of thing that will explode to catastrophic effect. On it. Call me crazy, but I've had enough of standing next to things that unexpectedly fucking explode and kill someone. I think Sir Sidney Poitier was more than enough of a harsh way to learn that lesson. Kristen, I really want to get you up high, but it's not looking like good opportunities for that are going to exist. She is a gunslinger, or at least was going to be a gunslinger before we sort of abandoned Kristen's training in favor of the much better Yuri Novak. I really don't want Tara Moose Juice Reed up there either, because again, tragically exploding things are tragic. Very minimal, okay, very minimal likelihood that that move spawns a pod since Mel Gibson is standing on the roof. And it did not. Alright, so Steve's keeping things ever vigilant. We're still good. Alright, stovepipe. I'm going to have you move to here. Now, because if there's a pod over there, that will spawn it. To here, again, pod spawn is a problem. Alright, well, at some point, we're going to have to take a risk here. Yep, okay, well, that was definitely not the... No, we did the wrong move. So what do we got? 2 Archon... Oh, alright, well, there's going to be some Mimic Beacons getting deployed this turn, that's for damn sure. On the plus side, these guys are going to cluster up a little bit, it looks like, which is good. We can take an opportunity to do some fine grenade work. Yep, they're real clustered. We can't blow up the thing. That's one problem we have in the grenade department. Destroying the thing would be bad. 64%. I'm just looking at our chain shot opportunities. Thus far, they are not encouraging. So if we were to get some grenade in the vicinity here, we might have some reasonable follow-ups. But if we're going to do that, we should have Tara Moose Juice Reed be the one to soften the target for us. Moose Juice? Want to get some of that juice out? Maybe do a little work for us here? Again, Tara, don't blow up the thing. That's really our only stipulation, is do not explode the Dealamabob. Can't have the Dealamabob getting exploded, at least not by you. I wonder if the Archon will fall. He's technically not flying right now. I mean, he's hovering over an inclination where... Is he going to fall and take falling damage, or will he just stay hovering? Looks like he's going to remain hovering. Okay, so hover mode stays engaged. That's fine. Are we even going to need a chain shot now? No, we have a 99% chance and basically a guaranteed kill at that guy. Well, not guaranteed, actually. I don't want to waste a chain shot on that shot, however. Helen Keller also has a flank shot, which is interesting. Helen Keller also has a gas grenade here, which could do some pretty good work for us. Steve Irwin's going to be deploying a Mimic Beacon. There's no doubt in my mind that's what we're going to need out of Steve. So, Keller, if we have you toss this old gas grenade out there, I mean, it's pretty big. We're going to be able to hit pretty much the board. And you're saying, Pete, that puts the objective in a pile of poison. And you're not wrong. Yeah, I don't really care about the friendly firing that. I'm pretty sure poison will not destroy that thing. And you're saying, Pete, this makes it very difficult to hack the thing. But never forget, we can hack at range here. Steve Loco, or well, that was a fucking catastrophic amount of damage from Helen Keller. That guy battle frenzied twice. So let's set up our Mimic Beacon. We do have Drunk Uncle Mel, who could pitch a Mimic Beacon. Can't really get closer to the enemy, especially what with all the poison. He does have a pretty good shot. He has a can't miss shot that definitely kills the shield bearer. Who else has mimic beacons? Well, Kristen Stewart, we're gonna have you toss one of the mimic beacons because that's a move that is literally no drawback. If we could get you to the roof and do it, I would love to do that, but we probably should have had Helen Keller move first. We could put you here. Nah. I'm putting you over by the dangerous chunk of scenery that will probably ultimately wind up exploding and killing someone, but if we have to have it explode and kill someone, I kind of feel like maybe you're the right man for the job, right woman for the job, right person for the job. I don't want a gender stereotype. What I'm really getting at, Kristen Stewart, is if I'm going to kill somebody, I don't have any particular problem with that person being you. I'm thinking about maybe going grenade time here. We're going to hit so many guys with this grenade that it sort of seems like it's worth it. That doesn't explode the thing, right? Nope, the thing should remain safe. All right, we need some pinpoint accuracy on this one here, Lincoln. You got to get the job done for me. You got to give me the drop it right in a spot. I know your eyes have been surgically rebuilt like 36 times now because your constant brushes with death are not doing you any good. Still got 4 turns until the thing detonates. Pokemon, I kind of feel like it's Mimic Beacon for you with really no other alternative. Well, how many units have we got here? We have 1 Sectoid and 2 Archons. The 2 Archons could likely kill, and likely will kill, the Mimic Beacon. Can and likely will. Or we could have Drunk Uncle Mel pitch his. You know what? Let's just have Uncle Mel throw his. It'll be fine. We're giving up the concealment here, and we could get bonus hit, bonus crit damage from a Shadow Strike, but I would rather just make sure that everybody comes home alive and not in a body bag. So let's toss the other Mimic Beacon over here. That also puts Mel in a good position to get some potential flank shots on the guys that come down to try and take on these Mimic Beacons. Take on Mimic. Steve, we're going to have you do a little end around here. Steve will be on Overwatch at the end of this turn, which is fine. This will let him move the distance we need him to move. Cover the ground he needs to cover. And still get some freebie shots, too. Little bit of freebie bonus here from Steve. Hey, crikey, mate. Don't be slipping into me accent when you're not doing my own voice there, Pete. It's going to be confusing for the audience, mate. 1 damage for our little poison sectoid friend. Yeah, he's got some black mambo viper pulsing through his veins there. It's not going to end well for him. Trust me, I've got some experience with those particular breed of snake, Pete. Dangerous critters, mate. Dangerous critters. So we've got Archons that are poisoned all the shit. That man has voluntarily flanked himself. You damn well better not shoot at Mel Gibson or I'm going to be okay. I was going to be completely furious. 7 damage for that Mimic Beacon. This guy may shoot at a Mimic Beacon, and he is in fact doing exactly that. Turns out we wasted 1, but still, I feel relatively okay with the way we pulled that off. It's the only way to be sure. It's just like nuking the site from Morgabit. We needed to use the extra Mimic Beacon. It was the only way to be certain. So Steve can definitely kill that Archon. Nobody's taking any damage, and we still have 1 Mimic Beacon available should the need arise. Yeah, it's fine, Bradford. We got 3 turns. We're right fucking there, man. Settle the hell down, Bradford. It's all good, yo. It's all good. We're all good, dog. We're all good. Actually, Steve Irwin can hack it from here. He doesn't even need to move. Oh, no, never mind. Steve Irwin can hack whatever this is. Well, we might as well take a look at it and see what our options are. We do have the improved Gremlin and Skull Mining now, so we should be getting significant hacking bonuses. What do we got? Squad Video Feed. Soldier Vision increased by 2 for 1 turn. Squad Vision increased by 2 for 1 turns. Both of those suck. That may legitimately straight up be the shittiest ability I have ever seen. That's god-awful worthless. What can you shoot that explodes, by the way, Steve? Oh, the thing that Kristen Stewart is standing next to. Well, let's not do that. Call me insane, but that seems like a tragically awful idea. We don't even really need to do anything fancy here. Yes, please. God, stop targeting that thing first, for the love of Mike. Abe, let's just have you chain shot this Archon. He's got the most health. That sectoid is not poisoned anymore? No, he is definitely poisoned. So we don't have to shoot at the sectoid at all. That guy's dead. Abraham Lincoln goes 2 for 2 on the chain shot. That guy's in a rough patch. Then we can, you know what? Let's just move Steve for the hack. I don't really see any compelling reason to have Steve not just move up right where we need him. We're going to be able to get 2 damage on that Archon from something. Helen Deadeye Keller. I mean, we could grenade these guys if we have to. And you know what? It's not out of the question that we may have to. So let's have Helen Deadeye. Guys, please stop targeting the tank. I realize that you can auto-hit it. I also realize that Kristen Stewart is right fucking there, guys. I mean, I know she's an irritating bint, but come on. It's not like she's Tequila, the hell stank. She's not that awful. I mean, she's kind of shitty, but... Geez, cut a girl some slack, guys. Cut a girl some slack. She could grow out of her awfulness. You never know. She could also maybe kill an Archon. Oh, yeah, she put him right in the ground. Yeah, we got this sectoid over here, but you know what? I think Helen Keller has earned the right to keep that kill. We're going to let Helen hang on to that one. So let's just bring Keller to the rooftop here. I think we'll just put Helen Keller on Overwatch. That sectoid is dead, even if we don't do anything. So we have no real reason to try and improve our situation, although we could get Tara Reid up here and maybe try and farm old Moose Juice a kill. She did just leap through a plate glass window. I mean, you got to give her full credits for bravery. Full credits for stupidity as well, because jumping through a plate glass window is real dumb. But she could probably use the kill more than Keller.
What did you expect?
I expected you to walk up there and shoot that man in the head with the flank shot, which is exactly what you did, and about which I am in no way salty. Oh, reinforcements. Okay. You know, surprisingly, not that big of a problem. Steve, how can you not hack this thing, by the way? What the fuck's going on here, Steve? How do you not have a hack on that? Is there some place you can go stand and hack at that thing without possibly winding yourself up in a giant cloud of poison? We're counting on the gremlin to be able to go in and do the distance work. Oh, brilliant. Okay, well, there will likely be no gremlining this turn then. So we've got a pod of reinforcements coming down and also this shit to deal with, which means we're probably going to need a mimic beacon, which means Steve is not going to be hacking shit. Also, for whatever reason, he can't go in for the hack. Why the hell not? Don't tell me this thing is only hackable by having somebody stand adjacent to it. Don't tell me that it can't be remote hacked. That would be straight up fucking hogwash. And also, how is it that no one has any kind of shot here whatsoever? We have literally no shots with anybody? Those guys are completely invisible except to Steve Irwin, huh?
Moving to Overwatch.
Yeah, I'm not salty about that at all, trust me. Alright, well, we're completely dicked, so... We're definitely going to have to go for the Mimic Beacon, and I'm going to try a little bit of a tricky pickle here. Let's see if we can pull these guys into the poison. I don't know if the poison is actually going to do anything to the codexes. It might not. I think we'll keep Stovepipe right where he's at and just drop him into Overwatch. Keller, I really would love to get you in a little better position and also potentially on Overwatch. On top of the exploding tank seems like maybe the world's shittiest idea, but despite the fact that it may be the world's shittiest idea, I still think I'm going to do it. You can't see anything up there. You might be able to get Overwatch. Yeah, at the potential drop-ins, that's fine. Let's put you on Overwatch. Drunk Uncle Mel, you are perhaps the one person who could actually generate some offense this turn. Well, you could if you had run and gun, but you don't, so never mind. I rescind that. You're not going to be generating shit. Can you get up here without getting poisoned? You could, but it doesn't really do us much good. We could bring you right over here to mop up whatever's left of that. My fear is that what drops in is going to be more powerful than you'll be capable of mopping, however. You're not going to have an abundant amount of support. I don't mind that move. Alright. Tara Reid. I think we're going to bring you over here. Wow, we're really going to set up heavily for capitalizing next turn. We're really counting on the Mimic Beacon here. I'm relying very heavily on the Mimic Beacon, and that may not be the world's greatest idea. So the Archon's definitely going to make a move at the Mimic Beacon. Let's hope he moves first. Here come our reinforcements. It would be very bad if these reinforcements dropped in and got to shoot at the Mimic Beacon. I would be unspeakably salty. Helen Keller, if you could kill one of these blokes, that'd be fantastic. Just a nice little shot at maybe the weakest member of their team to take him out. We should definitely be getting an Overwatch shot from Keller. There would be no cover from that man's initial position. All right, 6 damage. That's a respectable start. Helen Keller getting some work in for us. We could have Steve Irwin go skulljack that guy if the need becomes pressing. Here comes Kristen Stewart with a little pistol Overwatch. And a big old whiff. But that's all right, because Abraham Lincoln is there to whiff right along with the rest of the team. Yes, we all saw Abraham Lincoln. That was terrible shooting. Oh, that miss is huge for us, and dropping the Mimic Beacon into Poison Cloud may have proved helpful. Either that or we just got really lucky. It could go either way. It could be luck, or it could be that the poison is giving them a slight aim penalty. Targets in poison, I believe, are harder to hit. The critical, at this point, is largely irrelevant. I mean, it's unfortunate, but it's still largely irrelevant. We are going to need a flashbang, however, for these codexes. Hey, crikey, mate, me doppelganger's done being hornswoggled. What are we going to do now, Pete? We're in some real pretty shit here, mate. Also, we really need to hack the thing here. I'd like to say we got to we got to hack it this time. Yeah, let's just settle your shit down, Bradford. It'll be fine. We can go hack it if we need to, assuming we can kill the 8 trillion health worth of guys that we almost certainly can't kill. Actually, we're in a really shitty position now that I think about it. This is not good. We need to kill that Archon. The codexes are a problem. Kristen Stewart's not going to contribute shit. Where's my flashbang? Please tell me I brought a flashbang. I did not bring a flashbang. God damn it. Yeah, so that's definitely suboptimal. All right, well, if anybody's going to be wheeling and dealing with some grenades, I think that person should definitively be Tara Reid. The question is, what do we want to wheel and deal on? We can't hit all of these guys. We could get 10 damage roughly there if we go. This is a kill and some cover destruction. Where'd that other guy? Yeah, he's just over. Mel Gibson can probably finish that dude off. Mel Gibson will finish a dude off. Okay. Yeah. I don't care. I made a joke. Mel Gibson maybe likes dudes. Nothing wrong with that. Unless you would say that in front of Mel Gibson, in which case there would definitely be something wrong with that, because I'm pretty sure Mel would object to it most strenuously. These guys are going to clone and teleport all over. Yeah. It's a problem, and it's really an insoluble problem. I mean, there's not really much we can do about it. Cloning to that particular location, however, is not overly bright. Yeah, we could still blow up the thing that we have troopers captured on top of, which still seems like a remarkably shitty idea. So with all these clones out and about now, can we maybe do some better grenade work? If anybody shoots at Helen Keller, she's probably going to get killed. Well, we could drop that there and kill 2 of the clones. Alternatively, we could drop it here and kill 2 of the clones and probably that... yeah, it's much better. Okay, do that, Keller. That's 2 dead codexes and some serious damage with possible kill action on our advanced trooper friend. Well, we got both of the codexes. We didn't get that guy. So that leaves us 1 codex, a stun lancer, and a uninjured Archon. The Archon is a very significant problem, especially since Abraham Lincoln's chain shot is on cooldown. We could take out the codex. We're not going to be able to kill that Archon. I kind of feel like maybe the Archon is a sucker's gambit at this point. We're not going to be able to take him down. Kristen Stewart, what can you shoot? No. 94% at the advanced officer is respectable, and probably what we'll have K-Stu do. Is that, that's your best shot? Yeah, okay, that's fine. Kristen Stewart's going to get herself a kill on our little advanced officer friend here. I mean, I was hoping she would, because if she had missed, I would have been unspeakably salty. Steve has got to hack the thing. We do not really have much of an option. Steve needs to go hack the thing. We can at least get Steve some cover while he does it. And that'll just leave us drunk Uncle Mel for backup. That's real bad. Oh, Steve is going to be in a terrible spot. There's nothing we can do. There are too many enemies that spawned on this pod on this turn. The reinforcement arrival didn't leave us any option. Steve's gonna have to take a hit here. I don't like it, but it's gonna have to happen. All right, hack the thing, Steve. Maybe we can get some kind of good bonus out of this that keeps Steve alive. We don't have any choice. Steve does have pretty good health totals. As long as we can keep him to getting shot only one time, he should be okay. Nope. No chance for something good. We're just going to take this small cache of... You know what? Fuck it. Let's just go for the large cache. I don't really care about picking up extra alloys. And this way, even if Steve goes down, I mean, at least he'll have paid for his life with something. Yeah, crikey, mate. That's a real good way to look at it, mate. Thanks for trading me life for a bit of scrap metal. Appreciate that, mate.
The charges are inactive and the package is secure.
All right, so drunk Uncle Mel... I mean, we could have Abraham Lincoln kill this codex, for certain. Which still leaves one codex back here completely undamaged, but that one is unlikely to be able to get a shot at Steve. We could also make Lincoln a target.
Heading out.
Okay, let's do this. I don't like it. We're going to make Lincoln a target. You want some? Come get you some tasty Abe Lincoln. I don't suppose you can hit both of these guys, can you? All right, well, Abe can. Well, do that then, Abe. That's fine. It's not hitting Steve Irwin.
Frag out.
This will get us a little damage on the Archon and kill the Codex. And that just leaves drunk Uncle Mel with his shotgun up there for mop-up duty. For drunk Uncle Mel, I think we'll probably just take whatever we can get that will be a decent shot. Even with a critical, we're not going to bring down that Archon. Guy is just, he just has too much health. But we could potentially take out Stun Lancer. That leaves... Yeah, that leaves Uncle Mel not in a terrible position. Yes, I understand he's going to be flanked by this trooper, and yes, I understand he's probably going to get shot by him. There's not really much we can do about that. So let's just take our 100%, very likely to kill shot. There we go. The raving madman Uncle Mel, I mean, he may be going down in a heap here, and he's definitely taking some damage, but he made that one count. Uncle Mel's going to leave a mark. He's leaving his mark on society. A terrible, terrible black mark on society. But he is going to leave him. And, okay, as we suspected, they are, in fact, going for Honest Abe. One more wound for Honest Abe Lincoln. I mean, shit. Nobody is surprised by that. Actually, if you could panic and move to cover, that would be... Okay, that's actually very good for Lincoln. I was a little worried that... Never mind. I was a little worried that Lincoln was going to get shot again, but I was hoping that might save him. Oh, you shoot Kristen Stewart? That's fine. Kristen Stewart staying strong after 7 damage. Man, we got a lot of people who are really hurt here, and there's going to be one more for the pile. You're shooting Tara Reid? No, okay. Well, that ain't Mel Gibson's first time in a rodeo either. All right, so we got a lot of people getting hurt, but for most of those people, it is at least familiar territory. Unfortunately, Honest Abe is panicked. That's unfortunate because really we could use Abraham this turn. Not going to get him. We have one chain fire shot at what? Double 71s at the advanced trooper. That would almost certainly generate a kill, but that leaves Mel Gibson without much to do. Yeah, let's not do that. Let's just have Uncle Mel come around this corner and shoot this man in the back. Shooting people in the back is just what a good Mel Gibson do, so we're going to do it. There you go. Nice shot, Uncle Mel. Huge damage. Man, Mel Gibson's crazy ass. Once you get him pissed off, he gets hurt. Man goes full-on lunatic mode. I really kind of want Helen Keller to chain shot that Archon. She might be about the only chance we have for getting it dead. Tara Reid is out of grenades. That's not good. We could bring Tara to here and shoot at the Archon. Probably Tara Reid's best move. I wouldn't mind having Tara Reid get a chance to put her med kit to work here. We could really use a hit here, Tara Reid. That sounded like a hit, and it was, in fact, a hit. We got 8 damage on the Archon. That guy still has way more health than we're really effectively able to deal with. 51 is terrible. 34 is just god-awful. All right, well, we're definitely not going to stand there and just feed the Archon a kill. Let's bring K-Stew over here by the codec, and we will have her try and kill it with the pistol. This should generate a kill. Nope, the minimum damage is 3. Chance this does not kill it. Okay, never mind. Kristen Stewart just put her gun to its temple and pulled the trigger. Kristen Stewart has apparently seen the Matrix. She knows the Trinity method. She's fully on board with the whole dodge this thing. Helen Keller will not be able to see from that tile. Game says she can see from this tile, however, so let's bring her over. What's your chain shot like? Real bad. What's your regular shot like? Better and possibly still enough. All right, Keller, give me the goods here. Oh, Helen Keller gave us the goods. Those were the goods, and Helen Keller gave them to us. We needed the goods. Helen Keller gave us the goods. Unfortunately, Steve Irwin can't get guaranteed damage. He's actually going to have to take a shot here.
Tired of waiting around.
2 is not enough. Steve Irwin needs to hit this shot. Steve Irwin did. Yeah, goddamn right, did, Steve. It's Steve Irwin here, mate. What do you expect? I'm Steve Irwin. Not like I'm gonna miss that, mate. It was a gimme. It's a kind of putt. If we were playing golf here, you wouldn't even putt it. You just put it over there and go, no, that's a gimme, mate. Just go ahead and take that one. It's fine. Everybody agrees. Operation Hailstank is completely finished out in that old tequila, man. Ugh. It's actually hard to say in an Australian accent there, tequila. Actually quite difficult. I kind of stumbled over it a bit there. It's also a ridiculous name. So that mission was bad. I mean, the shit show continues, and there are so many aliens on our missions lately. I mean, this is definitely, we're seeing the difference between commander level and legend difficulty, and just like, there's 2 extra pods on every map. Oh, and those 2 pods are always right on top of each other. So we're looking at another barracks full of injured troopers. On the plus side, we can take some time to recuperate if we need to. We don't have to go immediately start raiding facilities. We've got some time. The unexpected doomsday scenario aversion by killing the codex really did save our bacon. Granted, our bacon may not have needed saving if we hadn't have actually triggered that codex with a skull mine, and not bringing a flashbang on this turn was particularly stupid. Probably could have saved some wounds if I just remembered to get a flashbang, but that's one of the problems I have with personnel changes. I don't always get their equipment fully sorted out. It is admittedly a personal flaw, but I've said on numerous occasions and meant it every time I said it, I am a profoundly stupid man. So Abraham Lincoln is lightly wounded. Apparently a meager 5 damage is nothing. Abe's, like I said, his head, I think I said it last episode, Abe's head at this point is entirely one giant steel plate. His face and skull are mostly metal at this point. You can't really do much damage to Abraham Lincoln that hasn't already been done. On the downside, he will still be shaken. Drunk Uncle Mel is wounded, but we should have the Mango Chef, old Master Chef Busey should be back relatively soon. Kristen Stewart picking up her promotion. It doesn't really matter, Kristen Stewart. It's fine. It doesn't really matter what happens to Kristen Stewart. I'm sorry, Chris. Holy shit, Kristen Stewart, do you have a 3-to-1 kill to mission ratio? How the fuck did that happen? I mean, Kristen Stewart is punching above Steve Irwin weight here. She's got Helen Keller outmatched. She's outmatching the stovepipe. She's got old drunk Uncle Mel outmatched. I mean, it's basically Mitch Hedberg, Yuri, and then Kristen Stewart. What the shit, K-Stew? Got a couple pair of Codex brains, picked up a hair trigger and an auto loader. The weapon mods on the higher difficulties do seem to be dramatically reduced in effectiveness. We did pick up another captain level sharpshooter too, so Kristen Stewart may have just ended her own career right there. Kristen Big Time Stewart is reduced will and sitting in the barracks. We've got Captain Ryo Miyamoto. We'll have to name him into an actual all-star. Wouldn't mind delivering a little bit of the D, I gotta say. Franklin D. Roosevelt would be useful, but we'll take care of all those modifications in between episodes. I'm gonna wrap this one up. If you enjoyed it, feel free to drop a like down in the comment section. Support really does mean a lot. If you'd like to see more XCOM 2, consider subscribing as well. Post new episodes every single day. Although these episodes have been getting really long lately. We may have to start chopping these up into 2-episode chunks just because there are so many aliens it takes forever to kill them. I have to mull that over between episodes as well. Right now, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.